You can now make online payments to Sri Lanka Atomic Energy Board via GovPay.
මේ විවාදය ඉහළ
One of the key documents to keep these discussions at a high level is the concept paper. Today we are having this debate without a such concept paper. I would like to announce that the SJB has already compiled our concept paper. We presented it during the presidential as well as in the parliamentary elections. I believe it is important that the government move on from their PowerPoint presentation and present the concept papers. There should be a clear change in the education system. Information and communication technology should be a mandatory under this education system. Also by providing education on technical subjects such as artificial intelligence, data science, quantum computing, augmented and virtual reality and machine learning to the children, we must safeguard the human rights of education. We firmly believe that continuing history as a subject is a responsibility of ours towards the children.
යුතුයකමක් හැටියට අපි මේ අවස්ථාවේදී ප්‍රකාශ කරන්න කැමතියි.
President Anura Disanayake also joined the adjournment debate today on education reforms.
I saw that when the topic of education reforms surfaces, many criticize the curricula on aspects such as the question of whether history would continue to be taught or not. We are not proposing reforms only concerning the curricula. This is a proposal for new education reforms in order to transform our country. Why? Because in our society, being uneducated and social standing are directly linked. If you are considerably uneducated, then you are poor. If you are poor, then you are considerably uneducated. Even if we take the program to eradicate poverty, education plays a key role in it. In our villages, there is a saying, even if one of the members of a family is educated, then the whole family will be well off. On the other hand, when we take crimes in the country, close to 80% of those who are incarcerated have not sat for the ordinary level examination. Close to 70% of those who are addicted to drugs have not passed the 8th grade. There's a link between crimes and drugs and education. One of the issues we have is children dropping out of schools. In 2019, 16,673 children dropped out of school, and in 2024 the figure was 20,755. One of the main objectives of these reforms is that no child should leave school without completing their education. If a child is not coming to school continuously for 3 days, a state official must conduct a personal investigation on them. All children must be included until they complete the 13 years of education. Turning to the second objective is in 2023 there were 90 schools without a single student. There were 115 schools which had less than 10 students. Of the entire school system, 1/3 of schools have less than 100 students in them. Therefore, this entire school system must be re-evaluated. We are going to definitely take that decision. Many start this conversation by panicking a bit. I am saying this without a fear. Some schools must be closed. There are some schools we must merge. There are some areas where new schools must be opened. This government takes the responsibility of providing all students an excellent education. Our children have been turned into automatons. They have tuition until 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning. Doesn't a child need a childhood? A mechanized generation of children has been formed without any enjoyment or empathy. A country cannot move forward like this. Therefore, we must reduce this burden we have placed on our children. That is our responsibility. Children currently in grade 9 will have to choose their career path in 2029. Therefore, we will be guiding a child on the same path from grade 9 to 12. So why are you claiming that we are trying to erase history? Children who will be in grade 9 in 2029 will be in grade 13 by 2033. From there, apart from developing the university system, our main objectives is the vocational training institutions. We will create at least 40 vocational training institutions with at least 2 per district by 2033. During this transformation, one key issue is the teachers. Is the knowledge of the teachers sufficient for this? No, it is not. Not trying to offend anyone, but there are many who don't know how to send an email, an SMS or even a WhatsApp message. How can they contribute to developing a modern child? There will be a new teacher training program under these reforms. Under that, teachers will have to undergo a year-long training program every 5 years at least. They must return to the schools as modern teachers. This is not a program that will collapse because of a government change. Don't worry, there will be no regime change. This is a long-term program we must continue. Let's implement these reforms together.
ආණ්ඩුව මාරුවකින් කඩා වැටෙන එකක් නෙවෙයි මේක. මේක දීර්ඝ කාලීනව අපි පවත්වා ගත යුතුයි. මේ ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ අපි එකට කරමු.
එදා 1982 දී ජනතා
When comparing the current reforms with the 1982 White Paper on Education, which was destroyed by the JVP, it becomes clear that many of these ideas were proposed back then. I believe Sri Lanka would have been in a much better place today if the leaders of the JVP at the time had possessed the foresight and intellect of the current president.
තිබුණා නම් මං හිතනවා අපි මීට වඩා හොඳ තැනක ඉන්න තිබ්බා කියලා.
ආණ්ඩුව විසින් මුලින්ම
The Clean Sri Lanka program initiated by the government is nowhere to be seen now. Likewise, the animal census program that was started has failed. Therefore, we urge the government not to hesitate in implementing these proposed reforms.
ජනාධිපතිතුමා මොකද්ද කරේ ඉල්ලීම?
The President has requested that this program not be sabotaged and called on all of us to support these reforms. We are not against this initiative. We support it. However, the government must commit to implementing these reforms sincerely. These changes must not be limited to speeches and presentations. We were given a PowerPoint presentation titled Transform Education, Transform Sri Lanka, which mirrors a program started by former Minister Akila Viraj Karyawasam during the good governance era. We view this as a continuation of a meaningful initiative from the past and we respect that. That is exactly how progress should happen.
ඒකට අපි ගරු කරනවා. ඒක තමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ.
We are even afraid to hear the term white paper today. In the 1981 white paper presented by Ranil Wickremesinghe, only the paper was white. The objectives were all flawed. We are not linking our reform agenda with that document. We are open to discussions as much as necessary. However, unlike them, we are not imposing reforms forcefully.
මේකේ සංකල්ප පත්‍රිකා
There have been repeated concerns about the lack of a concept paper. We believe such documents should be shaped through inclusive dialogue. This is a journey that must continue with the ideas and input from everyone. It should not be guided solely by the vision of one or two individuals.
අපිට මෙතන හංගන්න කිසි දෙයක් නැහැ.